All right, we are live. Sorry, it took me an extra 15 minutes to get the video going, but my computer decided to do an update. So that kind of takes away a little bit of the steam, but that's all right. I'm still excited because I am actually about to open a Grail comic that I never thought I would own. Now, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, this comic is beaten to no end. It's a low-grade book. It is barely a .5. We'll put it that way. But I don't care because it's a comic I never thought I would own. An opportunity came up. I have to thank my wife and my mother for helping me out with this because my wife put in between $300 and $500 to help me out. And my mother said, you know, I'll make it your birthday and Christmas present and put in $1,000 towards this book. So, this isn't a steal. Well, I don't know. I guess it's to be determined if it's a steal or not. It's definitely not cheap, but it was a book I never thought I would own. It's a very rare Silver Age first appearance, and I'll just unbox it right now. So I'm sorry about the delay. 10 people are already here. Thank you so much. 3 people hit the like button. One thing I want to mention, because somebody made a comment earlier today on one of my videos saying, you know, Chris, you haven't made videos in like forever. And I noticed, I was wondering why they did it on a specific video. And then I went to my playlist and I saw if you tap the video button, 2 years ago was the last time I did an uploaded video. So if you just click on the video button on the main page, on my main page, it's going to show that I haven't done a video in 2 years, which is technically true, but I make live videos. So you have to go over to the live tab right next to the video tab, because all of my videos I do are live. So if you just go on my profile and you click videos, it's going to show I haven't technically made a video in 2 years. So hopefully that clarifies and clears that up a little bit. So welcome to everybody that's here. Let me put on the video camera. And by the way, I made that thumbnail right now. That's another AI art. So if you like that, let me know in the comments section. All of my thumbnails now are made by AI art. So I had Spider-Man holding what seems to be a holy grail. It was the closest one I can come up with. Some of the things it came up with was absolutely astonishingly bad compared to what I was asking the AI to do. So it's still got a long way to go when it comes to making these thumbnails. But I'm very happy with the way this one turned out. And let's put on the webcam. And, of course, why would it work? Hold on a second. Let's try it again. YouTube really doesn't want me to show this book. Give me a second. There we go. Alright, so you're going to see red for a second, but it was just the wire was loose, and now it's there. So welcome, everybody. Hopefully you are having a great day. Here is the book. I got it on Friday. Well, I won it on Friday. It was an auction. Well, no, what day was it? The auction actually ended on Thursday. It ended at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, why would somebody want on a Grail book to do an auction that ends on a Thursday at like 2:30 in the afternoon? I didn't understand it, but I was like, all right, that's good for me, because most people aren't going to be home and they're going to miss out. The problem was, I usually like to do my sniper bid, where I wait until 3 seconds and then hit the bid, but it's been such a long time since I've actually bought a book that it used to be when you wanted to place a bid, you would go to eBay, you'd see the auction, you'd type in what you wanted to bid, hit OK, and then it would say to confirm the bid, and that's when I would wait. So I was setting it up to do that, but what it does now is as soon as you enter in the number, it automatically puts it into the bid. So about about an hour before it closed, it already placed the bid because I was just setting it up. So luckily I still won, and it went under $1,000 of what I was willing to pay for it. because this book has longevity. So I've made you wait long enough. Thank you so much for the like button. As you can see, the box came very clean. I made sure I told the person, please put it in a box. I didn't want this in something that could be folded or accidentally bent. So I won it on Thursday. I paid for it on Friday. And I got it today, which is Monday. So they were very quick with shipping this. So good job with that. And the box is perfect. So let's open this up. I already opened the sides of the box. This would make it a little bit faster. But like I said, this book it's a complete book. But it is definitely a book many people might pass on. Because when you see the condition, most people are like, oh, I would never buy that book. And that's fine. That's probably the reason why I ended up winning it. Because many people would pass up on it. But I've said on numerous occasions, besides the low grade is better than no grade, which is absolutely true, you have an easier time selling, especially a very mega key or a Grail comic. You have a better time and a faster ability to sell it in low grade than a super high grade. I mean, this book in a 5.0 would probably run you about $25,000. That's not chump change. So not everybody's going to have that. So even though I know, and this is why I actually did not show any video yet about the 4 comics I am going to get graded, because this one will be one of them. And of course they put, all right, let me see what they did here. Give me a second. Okay, they taped. I wanted to include this one with the 4 books I'm sending in to get graded. Alright, so they added an extra book, which I'm perfectly fine with. Let's take that out. Alright, so like I said, when you see this, it's going to be, it's a 0.5. Most people would pass up on this book, but I didn't think I would ever get this book, and now I'm an owner of it, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to upgrade. But as of now, I couldn't even afford a 1.0. So I think for the price I got for this, and what I've seen other people selling it for, alright, so here we go. If you guys want to make a guess, put it in the comments section really quick. It's a book I've never owned before. The closest I've gotten to this book is issue number 2. So right there it will tell you it is a first, it's a first appearance and a number 1 issue. It is a Marvel key. So without further ado, and thank you to everybody in the chat section. And tomorrow, most likely, I will do the video of the 4 books I'm sending in. But this will be the one that I waited to send them in for. So I am now a proud owner. And you'll see it's pretty bad, but it's together and it's complete. We got ourselves a Hulk number 1. Now, you'll see there's a huge tear that goes through the first 5 or 6 pages. I wish it was AF-15. I already have an X-Men number 1. It has a missing piece all the way through the book, right here. I do own a Fantastic Four number 1. I actually own 2. So, from far away, you can see the first 6 pages here. Oh, there's a missing, because they said bugs got to this book. And they got it there. So it goes all the way through there. And the first 6 pages there. This book, if you look on eBay right now, somebody is selling a CGC 0.5 of this book for $11,000. There is currently a sale, an auction sale going on with about a day left, and it's currently at $3,300 plus remember tax, and there's still another day, so I doubt it's going to stay at that price. But yeah, this was, they said insects got it. So, It is now the first appearance. I now own issue 1, 2, 3, and 5. I don't have 4 and 6. I used to own 6, but that's one of my books that got stolen. Because Hulk only went through issue 1 through 6, and the sales were so bad that they canceled it after the 6th issue. It went to Tales to Astonish, where he regained his popularity with Ant-Man, and he came back in issue 102 because Tales of Astonish with Hulk and Ant-Man stopped at 101. So, many people would refuse this book. What kind of bugs did... Well, I mean, it could have been rodents. Maybe the person didn't know. But something ate it. But it is complete. The cover is intact. The top staple is intact. Everything is complete in this book. The price I want it for with... because eBay charges tax, which I didn't even think about when I bought it. It came out to $3,300. My mother gave me $1,000 towards it as a birthday and Christmas present. So I will pay, because I have to, she actually paid for the whole thing, and I'm going to be doing an auction soon to sell some comics to pay for this. But I paid, or I will pay, a total of $2,322.35 for Hulk, #1. Now, there is going to be another Hulk movie. As a matter of fact, it's going to be World War Hulk. Now, of course, a comic character like this doesn't need movies to increase its, value. I mean, this is a very rare book. This is rarer than Amazing Fantasy 15. I would love to get an AF-15. A page of this book, if you look on eBay sold auctions, page number, I think, 2 or 3 of this book sold for $935. So with taxes, they paid $1,000 for one page. I got a complete book for about 3 times that amount, but about twice the amount, because like I said, my final cost will be $23.22. They also included a reprint of the book, so you could be able to read it, which I've never actually had. So that's cool. They threw in a free, book. I wish the cover looked like that, but hey, beggars cannot be choosers when it comes to this book. Now, there is, like I said, there is a .5 that's being sold on eBay right now in auction. It literally looks like the whole cover is almost completely faded to the point where you can barely tell what the cover is. The good thing is, the parts that are still there, like the cover, if that would have been a complete cover, this would probably be a 5.0 book. But obviously, you can't go by what if. So it's missing the first 6 on this corner. Big chunk of the pages are gone for the first 6 pages. And then throughout the entire book, that whole section is unfortunately completely gone. But like I said, the staples are still intact. This is a complete comic. Many of you would probably have turned this down. How much more if the cover wasn't mangled? Like I said, this book, if that cover had in the same condition as the parts that are still left, this would have easily been a 5.0 book if it wasn't missing that. And in this is only the cover. There's a chunk missing along here. So you can see. So this book is, bugs got to it. Many people would turn this book down, but like I said, I can make so much money on .5 books, especially Grails, because many people think like me that low grade is better than no grade, and no matter what condition, I now own the first appearance of the Hulk. And a lower grade is going to end up easier to sell than even a 5.0, because like I said, a 5.0 of this book is probably about $20,000-$25,000, if not higher. And like I said, a movie is not going to be needed for a character like this, But a World War Hulk movie, hopefully at that point Disney will realize what they're doing is not beneficial to them and hopefully do it justice. That's just going to increase the popularity, which is going to increase the value of this book. But I see this as an investment, even in lower grade. Because like I said, if you look at eBay, look under Hulk #1 page, and you'll see in April, I believe, that somebody bought page 2 of this book. It was either page 2 or page 3 for $900 and something, which means after taxes it would be $1,000 just for one page. You know, it may be beat up a little bit, but it's going to get graded. I'm going to bring it with this will be one of the 4 books I'll be sending in to get graded. I should be doing the other video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But this is something I'm extremely proud to own. And who knows, maybe one day I will be able to get a better copy because, you know, somebody put in there they thought it might be a Fantastic Four #1. I actually have 2 copies, and the first Fantastic Four I ever got was a coverless copy that was graded a 0.5. And I only paid like $450, I think either $450 or $380. I forget what it was for that book. And a lot of people laughed at it. But that book right now, before any movie has come out, is worth about $1,500 to $2,000. Even though it's actually a coverless, restored copy of Fantastic Four #1. And then either a couple of months or a year later, I ended up selling a couple of my gift certificates when I was in New York, made some decent amount of money, and I bought a Fantastic Four #1 that was a 2.5 signed by Stan Lee for $5,000. So who knows? Maybe another one of these will come along, but this is where I start from. So now I can say I own X-Men #1, Spider-Man #1, but it is a coverless copy, Daredevil #1, Fantastic Four #1, Silver Surfer #1, Iron Man #1, first appearance of Groot, which is Tales to Astonish 13, I believe. First appearance of Ant-Man, Tales to Astonish, I think 27. Forgive me if I get that wrong. So this is one of those. I also have an Avengers #1. So this is one, again, I never thought I would have. But, you know, like I said, many people would pass up on this, and that's why I was able to get it. Like I said, not cheap, but if you look, there is a buy it now for a 0.5 CGC for $11,000. Now, anybody could put any price for any book. It depends on if somebody's willing to pay it. But there is an auction right now. It's still a day left on a 0.5 with an extremely faded cover. I mean, that you could barely tell what it is. And that's currently at $3,300 plus whatever tax. That's another $250 to $300 in tax. And it's still got another day left. And I think there's like 22 bids that have happened on that one. Again, they're ending it on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I don't know what they're thinking to end an auction like something like this for a Tuesday. I don't understand it. But that's the book, Incredible Hulk #1. This will be a 0.5. You know, I just want to get this encapsulated because it's just going to be better. You know, there's no way about it that's going to be anything more than a 0.5. But like I said, it's complete. The staples are intact. And from my cost, it will be $2,323. I think for a 0.5, that is a good investment. Whether you agree or not, that's up to you. Buy what you love. Buy what makes you happy. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Because I know there's going to be plenty of people that will sit there and say, God, why did he waste his money on that? And I've had many people say that about my Amazing Spider-Man #1, my Fantastic Four #1, and many other books. And I could double, if not triple, or even higher on some of the books that I've bought over the years that people made fun of and said they would never touch. So I think long term, I don't worry about where things are right now. I concentrate on where they're going. And to me, this was a no-brainer. You know, I wish I can get it cheaper, but, you know, good luck. Like, for example, Amazing Fantasy 15. Good luck getting one page of that book for under $500. I'd rather have a complete book. Is it the best-looking book I've owned? By far, no. But I would not have been able to afford a complete book without coming onto this. And it was literally, I discovered the auction about 2 hours before it ended. So you guys have seen on my videos, I haven't been buying a lot of comics. Matter of fact, in 2022, I think I totaled a total of 10 comics I bought the entire year. It's been rough. And I just happened to, on that Thursday, the previous Thursday it just happened, I just happened to decide, you know what, let me look on eBay and see what's ending. Because a lot of times, and I tell people all the time, I always go to what newly listed buy it nows to try and find something that just listed that somebody may not have known what its value is or just wanted to sell it at a cheap price. But I just decided, you know what, let me look and see what comics are ending. And Hulk #1 just happened to be there, and I won it. So, call it karma, call it good fortune, call it luck, I don't know. All I know is I'm happy to be the owner of this, even if many people said they would never do it. But, thank you for watching. I'm going to try and do that video tomorrow. If not, it'll be the day after, because I want to mail this out quick. You know, I'm excited to get this back, even though I know what the grade is going to be. As long as it comes back, that it's complete, I'm very happy. Have you heard of the... Is that supposed to be Fantastic or Fantasy Collection over 300,000 books? I have not. You'll have to send me a link in the comments section. Alright, so let me end this video, because I don't want people to wait too long. It's basically just showing one book. I'd love to know what you think about it, and give me your honest thoughts. I know many people would say they would never buy that book, and that's perfectly fine, because the one thing I love about people like that is those are the people I did not have to worry about outbidding me for this book. Because like I said, I was willing to spend up to $4,100 for this book because I see its future potential. And luckily it didn't get that high. So people gave up on it, and I'm now the owner of it. So let me show you once again the thumbnail. That is the AI art thumbnail that I created myself. I'd love to know what you think about it. Thank you to the 13 people that were kind enough to hit the like button. And let's do today's surprise subscriber shout out. I'm going to pick 2 people. We're going to go with Comic Probe. I don't think I've ever picked you before. And we're going to go with the gentleman right below, David Venom. You guys are today's surprise subscriber shout out, which means in the comment section, if you have a YouTube channel and you'd like to share the link to your channel or to a specific video, you could put the link into the comment section. If you don't make comic book videos, or you don't make videos at all, and you'd like to maybe share a link to one of your social networks on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you can do that instead. Or if you don't have that, or you don't want to share that, if you sell something on Etsy or, you know, eBay or anything like that, and you'd like to put a link to one of your auctions, I'll let you do that instead, so you can pick that. Keep in mind, all links have to be approved before they show up. So if you type in a link, it will not show in the comment section until I check it out and approve it. Because I want to make sure, because unfortunately there's people out there who will be watching this video and they'll post the link to some spam porn site, and I'm not about to let any of my subscribers end up clicking on a link that brings them somewhere that they shouldn't, or they didn't want to go to, especially if there's younger people watching these videos. So if you do see a link in the comment section, it means it has been We Love Comics approved. So go support our subscribers, and even if they're not subscribed. So thank you to everybody that watched. You know, like I said, it's been an interesting 1.5 to 2 years for me. I haven't been able to buy any really book of any value in the past 1.5 to 2 years. This is the first one. Hopefully it's not the last one. Again, I want to thank my wife and my mother. She's never watched any of my videos, you know, to help me be able to do this, because without them I wouldn't have been able to buy it, because I don't have the money. So I'm going to be doing an auction soon, because I have to pay back my mother and my wife for what they did for me. good things can happen. Sometimes you just got to be patient. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your comments. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And don't forget, it's not you. It is not I.